Welcome back to Stone Coyote Studios tutorial series. Today what we're going to do is take the dialogue setup that we made last time, and we're going to go ahead and give the ability to save it, okay? So we're going to need some variables. We'll go ahead and make them in the dialogue controller. Oh, let's say choice 1. And you want to click here, and that's a name. Alrighty then. And Control D after highlighting it to duplicate it. Choice 2. Right click on the field, custom event, add a custom event. Go ahead and call this say choice 1. Excellent. So click the arrow, drag off of it, and what we're doing here, set choice 1. Sort of important thing here, I forgot. Go ahead and put an input here. Choice 1. Click here to change it to a name. And we're going to run that there because it's going to come through the event logic. We need a little bit more setup. Let's go ahead and create a new folder. Let's call this save data. Open it up, right click, blueprint class. Come down here to all classes, click the little arrow, search save. You're looking for this one, save game. Select. Call this dialogue tutorial save game. That should do for it. Pop this open. You want those variables to match. Choice 1. And its name. You can also do this over here. Choice 2. And its name. Very good. That's like all you need to do. Simple. All right. So when this event is called, it sets this from the event. Let's go ahead and set up a sequence. You may have seen these in the last video. You just drag out and press S before you release the click. And this makes sure that these fire in order every time. So you set the choice, create save game object. Good. The class is what you just made, dialogue tutorial save game in this case. Promote this to a variable. Come up here and name it save game reference or something to that effect. All right. Save game to slot. There you have it. Great. Let's call this dialogue tutorial save. And bring the save game reference and drag it right onto the pin there. You can also get save game reference, whatever. Hold this out, drag it out, press B while you're holding for a branch. Anything that meets this condition triggers the true gate. So what this condition is does the save game exist? And to get that, I got ahead of myself. Son of a... Got to be careful double clicking nodes. So you drag that out, is son of a... Get all that. You saved the game. It's good. no, do it that way. Branch, if true, print a string. This allows you as a dev to see a little readout on the top left of your screen when you test. So if it saves successfully, we'll say saved game data. Woo! Alrighty. Click on the main dialog controller self over here and go ahead and auto receive input to player 0. It's not something you have to do, but it makes sure that the actor receives commands. So you can do something like H key right here. On release. What do you call that function? Save choice 1. Save choice 1. Great. So after you do the thing, that's wrong. That's wrong. Sorry. Go into the widget. Yeah, this will still work. Sorry for the gap. Okay, so we're actually gonna call this choice 1. Good. Choice 1. Choice 2. We only have one choice for right now, though, so that's not too much. Okay. So, choice 1's dialogue was hi there. So we will take another add pin to the sequence, drag it off, set choice 1. Woo! Okay. Choice 1, let's just say friendly. And spell it correctly. And here's where my naming sort of is a bummer. We're setting this as choice 1 still because it's the first choice that we made. You should probably name your stuff better than I did. Alright, so this is mean. Make this a little easier. Custom event. Call this send choice controller. That's the dialogue controller, not like the game controller. The choices to the controller. Right. We're getting the actor. Pull the reference of the controller. Go ahead and type dialogue here. Let's get into this. Click dialogue controller. And what did we call it? We called it save choice 1. Great. Save choice 1. Now it's a dialogue controller, so it can read all the events on it. And you'll notice that here we have choice 1. So drag it from there onto there, arrange it how you like. Blap. Save. Alright. After those happen, go ahead and... Oh, got it. No, we'll get it. But we can print another string. Choice 1 in there. It's going to automatically give you the little conversion node. This guy right here. So that your name can be displayed as a string. Right, let's try it out. Okay, let's try it out in a game screen. Hello there. Plug off. And it didn't work, but you know. Okay. So, let's find out why. Well, that's pretty obvious then, isn't it? Drag off your fifth pins here, send choice to controller. Make sure that's highlighted. Come over here, press Control and D to copy or duplicate. Compile it, save it, and let's try again. And if you look at the top left corner, you could have seen the stuff there. So, we know it's being saved. Let's go find the dialog controller. This, great. Release it. And on the release, does save game exist? You always want to run this check. And we named it dialog tutorial save. You can just double click this, Control C. So click this, Control V. Done, just like that. So drag this out, press B. If it does indeed exist, meaning that there's a saved game. Oh, game from slot. I don't have this set up the way I normally do it, but that's okay. If it exists, let's run a sequence. Press S when you pull it out. Create save game object. Our class dialog tutorial save. And you want to pull this out. No, you want to promote it to variable. Call it load game reference. Whoop. After that goes, we now have a reference. Then one to load game from slot. Dialog tutorial save. Then we get the load game reference, if I recall. Drag this out. Choice 1. Yay. And what we do here is we drag choice 1 onto the output pin. If you press R, you can put a reroute node. Helps tidy things up. And that will load your data when you press H. So, to make sure that's loading, you can always print a string. And the in string is choice 1. And that should show us our proper choice when we press H. Let's find out if I did this right. H. H. No. Nope. Didn't do it right. Let's test. Let's test in a new editor window. Yeah, see, it's not receiving the input. Well, ain't that something? Hmm. See this? Yeah. Set input mode game and UI. Helps to do it correctly, right? Alright, drag that to the player controller. Do not hide the cursor during capture. Say, compile, save, and let's try this one more time. None. Okay. Hi there, new friend. Friendly. Save game data. None. Brilliant. So, when loading from slot, you have to cast to the save type. There. Yes, this. This gets promoted to as dialogue. Yeah, fine. Leave it like that. So, put that there. Come on, work for us. Ha! And look, it loads friendly. There you have it, casting. Nah, always forget to cast, I always do. So, we have dialog controller. We have a window that pops up. Boop! We can make a choice. Saves. We can load the choice. It gives a different response depending on the choice. And there we have that. Now, one last thing I'm going to do here. These are released. It should also we're doing this out of the sequence, but you really should put it in the sequence. I'm just too lazy. I just don't feel like doing it right now. So, choice 2 overlay also has to be collapsed. Right. Whoop. Copy that down here for if you make the other choice. Oodles. And in dialog button on released. Remove from parent. This should destroy the widget when we click buy. So test it one more time. Hi, new friend. Bye. And it's good. So now you know how to set up a dialog when UI. You know how to change the text in the dialog box. You know how to set the choices for the text. You know how to hide and reveal choices depending on the choices you've already made. You know how to save the choices. You know how to load the choices. You, my friends, now have a dialogue system. If you have any questions on how to expand this, I'm more than happy to explain. But for now, I'm going to leave it there and let you try this out and play around with it. So, thank you, everybody.